Hello YouTube, good morning. It is kind of mid-September. I am up here, I think it's September 13th. I am up in Carson National Forest in northern New Mexico, close to the, it's called ski area here. And I'm at Aqua Piedra Campground. Pretty windy morning. Man, it actually ripped the tab for my shower tent this morning. I woke up and I wasn't expecting high gusts, but not a big deal. Those things are cheap. I'll get to that here in a minute, but just wanted to take a kind of an outside view again of how the truck looks and kind of real world. I have it a little bit on the leveling blocks, so it's not extreme. This is one of the spots I like. There's several open, but this is one of the ones that I liked here. Go around to this side. So the generator set up. I'm continue to have problems with this generator, specifically at a high altitude. Even after changing that, putting a high altitude jet, I still have problems with this guy. So I'm ready to scrap this guy and just get a Honda. And I think I'm gonna get the Elite Honda. Oh man, I don't know. I think it's a 3200 watt, but it's in a suitcase kind of version, a little larger than this. But I'm just so sick of this thing. I need reliable power. I'm gonna be changing jobs and probably going to a hybrid schedule, so I'm gonna have to probably work here in the mountains, so I can balance out the two. I'll have to get, if you guys can recommend a good cell phone booster for that. Like right now, for example, I don't have any signal. I've been using my sat phone to communicate with my wife, but if you guys could recommend a good cellular booster to where I can have a good connection, let me know. I know T-Mobile makes one, and it's something I'm going to look into. That's why I need stable power. So the biggest thing I have with the here, I know a lot of you guys like to see kind of how this guy looks on the truck and kind of real world look on the truck per se. But there's Underdog. There's supposed to be a beautiful lake. It's about a 4-mile hike. I'm gonna hike up there with Xander later. So the biggest update I have is I got the running lights fixed, and it is because of this guy. So this is made by sorry, it's getting windy here. This is made by Kurt, and all it is it's an adapter for LED lights. So I got a good tip from one of the service advisors at the GMC dealer in Albuquerque. I told him about my issue, and other people have tried to figure out what it is, and he said this is all I need, and sure enough, he was right. So what this is doing, it's just changing the resistance value to allow more, man, don't quote me on that, voltage to the LED lights. I'm not sure if it's voltage and current, but it's essentially allowing more power to the for LED lights. That's the main. So it was 40 bucks and fixed the running light issues, and I'm so happy. So I'll turn the running lights on tonight and do a little video on that because it looks really cool. The other thing here that I wanted to point out that I've been doing is, I don't know if you guys can see it there, it's essentially like a jack for RV steps, and I'm wedging that on both sides. It's a threaded, it's a threaded rod there, and I just have it hand tight, and with that, it keeps the camper in place from racking, in this access. So I just have it hand tight, and I've done this 3 times and it works great. You guys could, what I might do is put a jam nut on here, and that way I could I can tighten it down with a nut instead of just turning it by hand, but even turning it by hand, it's fine. So in this concept, you could use a 2x4, whatever, but it's just this, it's this back area. So again, I have these on both sides. It's just this back area that tends to slide around when I hit a bump. And that's because of the weight. The weight of this camper is at the front. You know, you have to think that's where your bed is. That's just where the majority of the weight is. So this back area is more prone to just swing around, and specifically when I hit a bump, it'll kind of correct in whatever, you know, position the gravity of the camper wants to go in, and that's when it gets frustrating. But it stays in perfect place now. You know, I have these here for these studs, 2x4, so the platform doesn't rack. And then now I have those, and man, it works like a charm, so it's perfect. A gentleman was asking me where do I store a lot of my stuff, so this is the main area where I store a lot of things, and a lot of stuff can fit. You just have to be conscious of your ratchet straps. So yeah, the running lights was that was a big win. I'm so glad that I got that taken care of, because I do like to camp now that I have a truck camper. I want to continue to camp in the winter, and then the sun goes down at like 4 o'clock in the winter, so it'll be nice to have these running lights when I'm on the road. As far as inside goes, nothing new in here. Everything's the same. I'm trying to think if I did anything in here. No, everything's the same in here. So yeah, if you guys could recommend a good cellular booster, that would be great. And then also, if you guys could recommend a good stout shower tent. So I have this Wolfwise one, and this is actually for the basin, but I'll just use this as an example. On the shower tent, these stitchings are terrible, so that's what's ripping. I need one that's kind of heavy duty and that can hold up to wind. Yeah. Let's see what else. I believe that's it, guys. You guys have there is a river down there. I'm not sure what river that is. I don't know if that's the Pecos River or not, but it's pretty close. Pretty good sized river. And then the road is right over there, so pretty close to the road, but I still have a good distance. So I think that's it as far as updates go, guys. If you guys have any questions on anything, let me know. Hang on a minute. My Zoom is not zooming out. All right. Yeah, any questions, any other tips, let me know, guys. Take care.